Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena. We have to do it. We have to test it. We have to know. You have to learn. That's what I'm here for. That's what the streak is. Anyway, 8 turns. Is it possible that just having 8 ways to take additional turns for 7 mana is the breaking point where if your deck stays alive, hits 7 mana, and then you cast these cards, you just win? Or your opponent just gets no more? The chances becomes really good that you're just going to draw more and more off the top? Yeah, we have to find out. And what the main thing that does is what Standard was dominated by for a little while at least, and is still very much revolving around, is the combo Galvanic Iteration Allrun's Epiphany. Because when you get these 2 cards together, you get 2 turns in a row. But what this deck allows you to do is cut the Galvanic Iterations and just run a bunch of turns cards so that when you take your first turn, you're very likely to have a second one already in your hand or on or near the top of your library. So you don't have to run the iterations and risk having them not actually be turns if you don't draw your turns card. So what that allows you to do is play a more proactive game plan. So we have 4 copies of Smoldering Eggs, 4 copies of a new card, the Wandering Mind. This is a 3-mana 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, look at your top 6, reveal target, take an extra turn card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Okay, it actually says non-creature and on land, but you know what I'm getting at. And then we have the Galazeth Prismari and 1 Mana Form Hellkite. This is a new card. It creates an XX Red Dragon Illusion creature token with flying and haste, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast the spell. Pretty darn good with extra turn cards. Basically means they're dead. You exile the token at the beginning of the next end step. I'm trying 1 because it's a mythic. I actually crafted more and played them on stream, so if you want to check out my stream VOD, which is available for YouTube members, then we do play with 3 of these over there, but I'm not going to tell you to craft it yet. It needs more testing. Then we've got 4 copies of You-Know-Who Goldspan Dragon. Few cards can attack the opponent and ramp you into extra turns like this card can, so we keep it. Galazeth Prismari is like kind of doing that thing, so that's why it made the cut, whereas it hasn't made the cut in a while. The rest of the deck, we just want interaction and to hit our land drops and get there. So we've got 4 copies of Expressive Iteration, of course. But from there, we just have a bunch of, I don't know, a little interaction here, a little there. We want a bunch of spell lands so that Wandering Mind can hit land sometimes to up the hits, since we are running a decent amount of creatures. So, 4 Shatterskull Smashing, 1 Spikefield Hazard, 1 Jwari Disruption, and then the other interaction cards, 1 Fading Hope, 1 Negate, 1 Cinderclasm, 4 Dragon's Fire, as strictly the best reach out and kill the thing card that you could have in a dragon deck, and 1 Divide by 0. It's not as interactive as other decks, because what other decks did was just cut all the cards like Goldspan Dragon, Alchemist Gambit, and just pile up on removal, and then eventually we play the Galvanic Iteration Epiphany. This deck, as I said, gets to be more proactive because we just have the turns lurking, and anytime we can basically have anything on the field, like a Smoldering Egg, even sometimes a Wandering Mind, but definitely a Mana Form Hellkite or a Goldspan Dragon. If you have any of those on the battlefield and you get to take the extra turn, it's like the game is just over. And most aggro opponents don't have enough removal to remove all of the things, and it keeps them off balance. So you can win straight up races with aggro decks too. If they didn't kill you on their turn 5, but your turn 5 is you played a Goldspan Dragon, you untap and you cast your extra turn cards, you're gonna win. It's just the way it is. So, as hated and as much as you probably despise this deck, we gotta go give it a try. So let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. On the draw, that's rough, but the hand is good if the egg can stick. I don't know. I'm thinking against mono white, they just Brutal Cathar it, massacre me. Den of the Bugbear, okay. I'm gonna try to hang on for the smashing as long as I can until I get a feel for what's going on here. Double Den. We drew the Mana Form Hellkite, so we might get to see what that does. Or not, I don't know. Our opponent's got Elite Spellbinder, so... Let's see what they take. There's a lot to be afraid of. How'd I know? They always take the new cards, man. Their fear runs deep. I will move this into my hand. Hit those land drops. Showdown. Angel Fire Ignition. I wonder what they're gonna do with that. Would you like land with your land? Hold. Wait for it. They probably play the other showdown, right? Because they're greedy. And they target there. We do a little of this. Angel Fire Scalds, man. I can't believe people play that deck. Actually, I can. People will play freaking anything. So next turn's gonna be exciting for the opponent. We could kill this, flip the egg. If we do that, though, all that we really have to do, we're at 17. If we play this dragon and attack with it, then we have a treasure. Next turn, we just take all the turns, but we have to untap. And our opponent's gonna do this, and they're gonna have double Scalds. Red, red, white, green. They're gonna hit us pretty hard. It's not gonna be lethal, though. It's gonna be a lot, though. Make him kill me, I guess. Alright, this is gonna sting. Good luck, opponent. You gotta kill me before I kill you. Can you do it? Wow. Wow. Yeah. Buddy, get it. It's 7-22. Do you know where your aggro mages are? They didn't even stick around. They didn't even get to know. They weren't even aware of the level of their deadness. On the play. Whee! Kill, kill, ramp, turn. Perfect. This is mono green. They play mono green. Egg off the top. Good little blocker. Slow them down. Sculptor of Winter. All right, let's try to cast our Divide by Zero this turn. Maybe they'll go for a Chariot. Pack Leader. Okay. No attacks. Interesting. You think they have a Veil or something? More mana efficient play is this. If they have a Veil, it's more of a blowout. Let's try this. I think we play Galazeth. The opponent might Blizzard Brawl, but if they Blizzard Brawl with this, they don't get to attack with a big enough creature to draw a card. Yeah, let's get Galazeth on the field. We needs the ramps. Cacaw. Next turn might be Divide by Zero Environmental Sciences to hit a land drop. That would flip the egg, though, so it's pretty good. Easy brawl. Everything coming up green. Double pack leader. It's officially time to concede when that shows up. All right, let's see if we hit lands this way. We do in a very painful way. When turns go wrong. We don't want to give up the treasure, though. We need it. So if they have another Veil, it's a blowout, so I think I need to... Actually, we should hold this for a Blizzard Brawl, right? If they have another Veil, we're going to lose anyway. Whatever. Alright, they go straight to combat, bounce here. They make a 1/1, we flip a dragon. Sciences? If we don't draw this land, we're gonna need it. We're gonna need to. Everybody? The heck? If they have an inscription, I guess we die, but... Yeah, I gotta let this go. Go here. They're gonna pump. 3. Untapped land? Please? Please? Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. This can gain me life, and then this could come in untapped, but that's not great. This does deal 2 damage to targets, so we can kill some things. Man, we really need a cheap hit off of this. All right. Gotta get out of this mess. We do not want to... Oh, man. Okay, we do this. We do not want to sack the treasure, is what I was trying to say. But that cleaned up the board a bit. Now, can they deal 5 to me from this position with a Swarm Shambler? Can they find a way to make that combination of cards happen? We got Troll, we got Ascendant Pack Leader. We got 1 mana open. Good night. You blink, you die. Don't give it an inch, man. Not an inch. Sleeveless. You want to see some nerds get triggered? Go to a Magic game at your LGS or like a big tournament, like a gathering when they do those again. And just don't sleeve your deck. To see what happens. Man, I don't know which land to lead with here. I'm going to lead with this one on the play. White. Okay. Have an egg. Hopefully we get to Jwari some kind of a Elite Spellbinder or Brutal Cathar. Like that. Not a 3/3, oh no. It's a good draw. It's a really good draw. We get to use the treasure from the Galazeth to bounce the Luminarch. Let's see what they target. They're often afraid of the egg. They're targeting Galazeth. We could bounce this right now, but then this is a 4/4. And we can just get Galazeth back and make another treasure. All right, this game is going great. I could not ask for better. I'm a little greedy. So it wouldn't be like I've never asked for better, but I shouldn't. Wow. Part of me says I need to hit this land and keep this Dragonfire. But I also want the turn. But I think if I have the spot removal... Yeah, let's take the turn. We already have the Dragonfire. All right. Gambit next turn. I do wish this countered Brutal Cathars and Skyclave Apparitions, of which we've already battled 2 of them. Adeline! Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help. Oh, baby. Cast with Cleave. 2 damage to your face. Attack for 7, untap, attack for 7. But why not? For LOLs. Yeah, oh, they opened the emote door! Drop the toxic GG! You open the emote door, I drop the GG upon you. Like a horrible person. So I like the idea of opening the emote door, like a vampire, them inviting me in. So we're probably going to do more of that nonsense. I don't know, I might need this. Do you think they're white? Do you think they're mono white? I'm not sure. Now I'm sure. Ass Pirate? Thalia! There you are, huh? There she is, the big problem. Let's get rid of that problem. I'll take 2. All right, we need another land. Maybe Wandering Mind can cough one up. There we go. Actually, Iteration is probably the best keep here. If we draw an untapped red and play a Hellkite, that's great. But this gets us land and probably something else. We could brick. It could be sad, but I think it's worth it. They're gonna app my Wandering Mind. Well, then they don't have it for the Hellkite. Also, if we hit an untapped land, a red source. Please hit an untapped red source. Well, I opened the door to bad beats, and these are the bad beats. I just need to keep cheap cards. That was brutal. That was brutal. Especially since I could have taken a land, and I kept it specifically to keep the lands coming. And now I'm gonna die for it. That's what I get. Opponent goes first. Yuck. Swamps! Let's see what kind of... Turn 1 duress. I guess that's the meta we live in. They should have taken the smashing. Not close. Wow. I'm gonna get some of these foretold. If the opponent's not gonna put pressure on us, eventually we take all the turns and win, right? This is not gonna be fun, is it? Is it? At least they don't appear to have counter spells. Nothing held priority. Draw 3. All basics. Well, they found one kind of a counter. What are you gonna get? I don't know if anything there is gonna help you. They loot, yeah, yeah. Okay. They take the gambit. Interesting. They leave me with the birds? Let's see what happens. You know they got that fading hope. We gotta draw some turns. They should not pop that off right there. What if I play a dragon for the lethal? Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good too, but it doesn't kill Lear just yet. We're gonna force Lear to block here anyway, right? Man, if I could get one more damage, if I had drawn a dragon there, it would be lethal. Um... 14, 11. Oh, okay. Not lethal. I mismathed. Stupid. What's 7 plus 5 anymore? Not gonna work, but who knows? Interesting. We must have a second Lear, right? No, they have a fading hope. Or a grasp. Interesting. So, it's a top deck war. Turns versus God knows what. Blue-black nonsense. Not bad. We'll see what this does. 6 mana open. Divide. Shatter. Divide. They're at 5. 5 is pretty low. with a Witch. So we can take Expanded Anatomy, and this gets him for 4. And then we can divide for start from scratch. No, wait, we already divided once. We're not going to divide again. All right, turn. That should do it. Turn plus Anatomy. Let's see what they top deck. Interesting. What'd you draw? I see. Bottom. Well, 2 turns in a row with a 2/1 can do it. Nice top deck. Opponent refusing to brick. Let's see if we brick. Shatter Skull. I guess I'll put that in the hand. This will go back in the deck. This will go in the exile. We draw for our supper. I will accept a Goldspan Dragon. Thank you. Always nice to be heard. And on the play, it's a good anti-creature hand. Some of our anti-critter one-ofs. Fighting Neo. Somebody tell Neo there's already a 1 in Magic the Gathering. Good lord, though. Why can't I have this hand against creature decks? So many blue decks now. It's in vogue to be blue. Makes me hate it. I guess I'll take this land because the Dragonfires are useless. Man, where is this hand when I play against mono white? Ah, Magic. Jeskai Trash Pile. Nice! Divide by 0 on the Wandering Mind? Cool. I think we play that again. Feels good. I'll take this Alrund's Epiphany. Sciences for red. Sciences for no basics. I'm confused. I bounce it again? Man, I was complaining about my hand not being prepared. My opponent is not prepared for this matchup. Let's go. All day. Okay. I should have foretold one of these, I think, and we could just have popped off here. So, like, if I pay 3 life foretell there, it puts them in a spot where we draw untapped land and we're good. I think it's okay, though, because I have the divide by 0 if they try to pop off first. All right. Tap out, I dare you. That'll work. This might be the play because it actually moves the clock, and we're going to take like 3 turns in a row. So, why not? But I'm pretty sure they're dead. There is the new cleave card, so we don't want to cast the foretell one until the final moment. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I see 12. So I guess we have to go for this now, and if they have the cleave, that's kind of sad, but whatever. Oh, the stick. They do have it. Yep. Let's see if they can do it back to us. Wash away. That's the one. Man, whoever thought in 2021 I'd be saying cleave about a blue card? They have the card in their deck, but they don't respect it from mine. Nice. Classic MTG. If I power up Hall there, was it lethal? No, they'd be at 1. Annoying. Think that's fine. I could save it, but I'm trying to save this for the dragon. I think the opponent knows about the Fading Hope from the way priority is. So they're trying to play their dragon around it. We'll see how it goes for them. What, no attacks? Alright, so they have open mana. Which is not good for a dragon. What do they have? Divide by 0, I'm guessing? See if they let me have an egg, I think? Another egg and 2 lands. Think I just try to stick another one of these. Trade off a few birds. They're more likely to have more turns than me now that I've used 3 of them. Take our time. We're in a dragon staring match. There's the divide by 0. Sunset frickin' Revelry. Okay, they're putting a lot into getting more cards, but they don't have that much interaction available. They might have another divide by 0 here. That's probably best. Nope, they foretell. Okay. Okay. 1 mana open. Let's draw a turn card, shall we? We could try to scry to it here with the Fading Hope. Is that worth it? Actually, it might be, because they're close to dead. It's totally worth it if we hit it. So we have options along the lines of Wandering Mind. Let's see. 6 mana after that. If we play this and we hit a Gambit, we can cast it. We get him for 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So we end up playing this anyway, so let's start with the iteration. There's an Epiphany and an untapped land. Hand. Deck. Exile. Play around the Cleave card because we cast it from our hand. Our opponent says, of course, because that's how Magic the Gathering works. Doomscar was foretold. And we are back for the post-game wraps. The stats will say 4-2 over about 31 minutes of game time. A 67% win rate. We'll take it, but it is very new. We're still figuring a lot out. I will tell you this, running into Thalia is brutal. When you can't remove it, that's not good. Missing land drops, don't do that. That's bad. But when the deck goes up against any kind of a mid-range strategy that doesn't interact with it properly, they just die. And it doesn't feel particularly close. When the deck goes up against any kind of aggro strategy and you have a couple of removal spells and you hit your land, they die. And it also doesn't feel close. So while the deck has a lot of the fail states of the last deck, the last Izzet Turns deck, it turns the corner much quicker. So if you want your games to end faster, I think that this is the build. Is it strictly better? We'll have to see. I mean, there's plenty of times where Alchemist Gambit would be in my hand, and what I really needed was some way to remove things, and I didn't have the 7 mana for the Gambit. So it just didn't quite work out. And in those games, you'd much rather be playing the control version with Galvanic Iteration. But that said, it is hard to argue with the power on display. One card that I think really flexed here, well, 2 cards. One is Smoldering Egg, which is still just an amazing card, but is even better now that you have all these turns cards, because you can just play this, and then if you cast any turns card, you probably win. But the other is Wandering Mind, which definitely made sure we had a lot of hands with 2, 3 all-runs Epiphanies. It was kind of gross how often we were able to bag extra turns with this, but in the matchups where we needed it, we had Expressive Iteration when we wanted it, we had the right removal spell when we wanted it. This card's a real deal. My initial build had 1, then 2, and now I'm up to 4. And I think that your Izzet decks probably want to play 4. It's really good. It's also good in combination with Divide by 0 and Fading Hope. The amount of value you can just register there is pretty insane. So I think this deck is overpowered. I think Izzet is overpowered. I think if minimum deck size tomorrow were changed to 100 cards, Izzet would be the best deck because it has the most good cards. There is a correct build of Izzet somewhere that is probably an S-tier deck in the format, and everybody's going to be trying to find it. I'm probably not going to be trying to find it every day, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on content creators who really dig for this stuff and play in the money tournaments and want to win the big money tournaments, because they'll probably find it, and then it will be everywhere. But for me, I played my 8 turns. I've had enough extra turns for a little while. I don't need to do it again right away. So, on that note, thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.